Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday and welcome to Shelly's Millions. Today, we're just going to go over again all of the states that I know about that are currently giving stimulus back to their residents. I also, because sometimes you guys seem to know when I look or seem a little bit different. I do have the big C, and so if I seem a little off, that might be why. And I have the fan going on my air conditioner. I'm going to try and put it on auto because I'm warm. And I'm fine, guys. I'm healthy. I feel good. I did lose my sense of taste and smell a little bit, which is totally weird. But other than that, like I seem fine. So let me know if you guys have any questions in the chat. And I hope that you're all doing well. Stay healthy, guys. Also, let's get a few things out of the way. I have still made more from Yada Bank than any of these stimulus programs would potentially give, and I'm going to show that to you. So I've gotten back $444.78 in prizes, and then another $32.93 in savings bonus. So the savings bonus, and then it gives like my actual like my APR, my interest rate that I'm getting back. So for June, it's 2.86% so far, and July is 1.25% interest back. Okay. Oh, hi, Levon. I haven't seen you in a long time. Great to see you in the chat. Hope that you're doing well. Okay. And thank you, Rocky. Yeah. So I got a positive result on Tuesday. So today, so you count your days from like when you first get a positive result. So we're going to count Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So if I get a negative result today, and I'll probably do that test like right after this live, then I can go back to work on Monday. All right. Jillian says, I got an offer to get a luxury car, nice price and deal, but I worry about future expenses with it. But I do need a car badly. So is this a used car? I wouldn't recommend getting a luxury car new. You're right. A lot of times luxury cars require like the number 91 gas, like the highest premium gas that you can buy at a gas station. So that's going to add to your expenses. Also, a lot of times, like the luxury car brands need to be taken to a specialty repair place. Like I know BMWs and even like Jettas and Volkswagens need to be taken to like special mechanics, and that can add to the cost. Also, like if it's a luxury car, I tend to think like, oh, things like tires and things like that, those are going to be more expensive as you need to replace them. Insurance is going to be more. Like, really, if you need a new car, like, and if you're buying it used, like from a friend, if it's a good deal from a friend, then maybe also, no matter what you're doing, go ahead and get, okay, it's a 2012 model. Please, please, please check with a credit union. I would recommend First Entertainment Credit Union and see if they can do the financing on the car for you. You're more likely to get a better interest rate on the car with a credit union. So that's my number one tip. If anyone's struggling with their car payment or they just want to lower their car payment, even if you're not struggling yet, I'm going to always recommend that you guys like lower your bills. Like get as much money for yourselves as you can. So lowering your bills is going to do that, right? So see about refinancing a car through the credit union and do that, especially if you think that you might be having trouble with your car payments. Or if you're looking into getting a new loan, check out First Entertainment Credit Union. I'm not affiliated with them at all. That's just who I used. I refinanced my car 3 times. And that is who I ultimately like paid off the car with because I couldn't find a rate any lower than they had. And I don't know why credit unions seem to offer better auto loan refinancing rates than anyone else, but they do. And so I might as well pass that on to you guys so that you guys can check that out. I want you guys to keep your vehicles. It's the same reason why I recommend Yada Bank. Like, when I was doing my savings with Wells Fargo, every month I would get a penny back. And Wells Fargo was convenient, right? That's who I have my home mortgage with. But Wells Fargo, a penny? Come on. So if, right, even if we just look at the savings bonus with Yada, right? Not the prizes, just the savings bonus. $32.93 versus with Wells Fargo, I would be getting 24 cents back in that same 2-year period. So this $32 will almost pay for gas. Like, it almost pay for a tank of gas for me. So what's 24 cents going to get me? Nothing. Nothing. Literally nothing. I can't even put that in a gumball machine and twist for a gumball. So get as much money as you possibly can. And like, to have one that much with Yada. And I know a lot of you guys are like, well, but how much money do you have in there? $1,700. So that's not like a crazy amount. I think I've mentioned, like, I help my best friend save money because they're not good at it. So yeah. Okay. Ben says, did I try to play the Mega Millions? Sadly, I didn't win, so back to work in the struggle. LOL. Sure, and let's talk about this. I actually did. That is not good financial advice, but it was money that I could afford to lose. About 5 tickets, so I spent $10. Not a good financial investment, right? Probably would have had better returns. Well, I won nothing, so I would have had better returns if I would have kept that money in my Yada savings account. If I would have invested that. Most likely better returns if I would have put that into some sort of stock investment. Would have at least had the opportunity to grow and then like reinvest those funds. But at the $10 amount, right? What you're hoping for, and I don't, again, I think what a lot of rich people don't understand is that for a lot of people, you can save until you're blue in the face. They say max out your 401k. Well, a lot of my viewers, I think, are in the position where like they are already stretching that paycheck like as far as it possibly can go. And so when you look at saving $10 in an investment account, by the way, Weeble's giving out 6 free stocks, link in the description down below. It's going to take a long time of $10 investments to get there, right? Whereas winning the lottery, people think, would fix their problems all in one fell swoop. So yes, I also bought 5 tickets, cost me $10. I also didn't win, but I was thinking about it, and there are all these articles about all these problems that people have. I do think, you would need to keep your identity a secret, and that would be really hard, right? It would be really hard not to tell at least one loved one, and then that loved one's going to go tell someone, and then pretty soon, like, everybody knows, and then that can like be a dangerous situation for some people. Like, a lot of people, like, if you read those, they won the lottery and then this happened stories, they have very grim endings. So I think maybe it's a blessing in disguise that I didn't win that. Maybe for you too. That's almost like, that's too much money. Who needs that much money? Like, literally. I think about this all the time, right? Because you guys know I work at a movie theater. So like, why do movie stars make so much? Like, seriously, who needs to make more than like $1 million per film? Did you really need to make $5 per film? And then you're doing at least 3 films a year? Who needs $15 million a year? No one. No one. So I think movie actors are overpaid. I think they need to take a pay cut so that then movie studios won't be out as much money, and then they don't have to take as big a cut from the theaters. That's just sort of what I think. I think they make too much money. But anyway, okay. Social Justice Warrior. I wonder if we will get the $350 gas rebate check by Christmas. I need it. I also was hit with a large dental bill. I wonder if California has dental insurance for the low income. So I believe that they do have dental insurance for low income, and you're going to check that out at coveredcalifornia.ca. So you would get your insurance like that. They also should have some sort of payment plan for you. Dental work is the worst, and it is expensive. Even when you have insurance, it can still be expensive. Also something that you can do, it's probably too late now, but like go to UCLA and go to like the dental college schools and see if you can have your dental work done there. It probably takes forever to get like an appointment. And the gas rebate checks, now called the middle class inflation stimulus refund rebate, that those are going to start going out here in California in October. But some of them will not reach recipients, they're already saying, until like 2023. So hopefully you'll have it by Christmas, but no for sure guarantee. Hi, Bella V. Good to see you. Okay, Mickey says, I finally run out of options to pay my rent next month. I have worked throughout the pandemic, but now after suffering 2 strokes and 2 heart attacks. Oh, your message cut off, but stay strong. Hopefully, do you have any family that you can stay with? I just really hope everything works out for you. Make sure that you get food stamps. Take care of yourself. Try not to worry. And I've had something in my life happen this week that really makes me think that everything happens for a reason, either to make you stronger. I know that that like seems like maybe, oh, that's easy for you to say. And it's hard to look at something like I cannot even imagine having 2 strokes and 2 heart attacks and then trying to go back to work. Like you're an incredible person for even doing that. Have you applied for the disability insurance? But like maybe this, I don't know, maybe it's life's way of telling you to slow down and to try and appreciate things. I sort of think so. I got the big C, I have it right now. And I think it was kind of like my body's way of being like, hey, you got to slow down a little bit. Like you have to rest. You can't keep going at the rate you're going and not burn out. So part of me is like, oh, you're home. You should film a bunch of videos and record and all of this. And part of me is like, Shelly, just sit back and like watch the Twilight movies. Like I watched The Breakfast Club last night. Like try and take it easy. And it's now out of your hands if you've done everything you can to try and get your rent paid. Um, and I'm just really sorry that you're going through that. Yeah. Little Rambo says Medi-Cal. Does Medi-Cal pay for dental? That one I'm not sure about. Okay, Sprite. I mean, I won't lie, a billion would be nice, but lots of lottery winners end up going a deep, dark road of despair. Yeah, I mean, Billy, that's so much money. Like, no one needs that much money. No one. I really believe that. I don't think any one person does not need $1 billion, right? And like I was doing the math, like on how much the annuity payments or whatever like would wind up being, and that would be more than $33 million a year if you took the yearly payout. Like nobody needs $33 million a year. You just don't. I mean, like, unless you're operating like a medical facility. And I hope whoever won like uses a lot of that money to go back into charity, to do something like opening a medical facility or something like that. Okay. Linda, to answer social justice warrior, Medi-Cal does cover dental called Denti-Cal. They cover most stuff from root canals to extractions. That is good to know. That's very good to know. So thank you, Linda, for sharing that. So Medi-Cal called Denti-Cal. Should we look at like how much that is, or should we go back to those stimulus relief checks? And again, Florida has joined the states that are going to be giving out stimulus to their residents. But it's not a lot of residents that are going to be getting it in the state of Florida. It's only 59,000 people that are going to be eligible. Anyway, let's go to this article. This is a Yahoo article, and this says at least 20 states. So this is a little bit older. It's back from July 7th. So this is the 20 states that are sending cash to their residents this year, and more could be coming. That's interesting. Okay. So again, we've got this map, states that are sending out checks in 2022, and the ones in dark purple are the ones that are for sure giving their residents something. And again, Florida has been added to that, even though it's not on this map. That's because this is a little bit of an older article. So again, California, middle class tax refund, checks of up to $1,050 beginning in October. Oregon, one-time $600 payments to approximately 236,000 low-income Oregonians. Idaho. In February, Idaho approved a tax rebate of $75 for its residents. Woo, $75. Don't spend it all at the gas station. All right, Alaska. This state has a long-time program of passing along energy revenue to citizens. Governor Mike Dunleavy says this year's check will be the largest in the state history in the face of inflation. Hawaii. The Aloha State is giving a tax rebate of $300 per person to Hawaiians who earn less than $100,000 a year, with $100 going to those who earn more. So that's okay. New Mexico, this state is sending $500 income tax rebate checks to all the state's taxpayers this summer, with additional money headed to low-income residents of the state, but it doesn't say how much. Colorado, Governor Jared Polis and legislators in the state recently enacted a plan to send out a Colorado dividend of $400 this summer. Minnesota is providing $750 payments to its frontline workers. In addition, Governor Tim Walz has called for $1,000 checks, a proposal that is still being debated. Illinois, part of the recently passed Family Relief Plan, Illinois residents who make less than $200,000 will receive $50 in income tax rebates. Ooh, $50. Like seriously, that's the lowest of all the states. So Illinois is only giving out $50, and then Idaho is giving out $75. Okay. Indiana, Hoosiers are receiving a $125 checks through an automatic taxpayer refund program. In addition, Governor Eric Holcomb wants to send a second check for $225 this summer. And let's work our way from the east back in. Maine is giving back more than half of its current budget surplus in the form of $850 payments to taxpayers who earn less than $100,000 a year. New York has a one-year program for homeowners that sends checks based on a home's value to an estimated 2.5 million residents. Connecticut, Governor Ned Lamont's recently signed budget includes a $250 per child tax credit and money for an earned income tax credit set to go to certain households. New Jersey began mailing tax rebate checks of up to $500 in July as part of the state's middle class tax rebate program. I like it that they're calling it the same thing that California is. That just makes it easier to like look up and track. You guys know that was something that was happening when I was talking about unemployment. Is like it was frustrating that some states call things different names. Anyway, Delaware, the first state credited a relief rebate this year to direct a one-time direct payment of $300 to help Delawareans facing higher prices at the grocery store and gas pump. Maryland sent out stimulus-style checks in 2021 and followed up in 2022 with offers of up to $2,000 in assistance, but only to households struggling with their water bills. I wonder why water and not like also electric. But anyway, Virginia, as part of a recently enacted budget, the Commonwealth is sending one-time $250 rebates to eligible taxpayers. West Virginia, the state is providing relief checks for homeowners struggling to make mortgage or utility payments. South Carolina, the state's recent budget included a $1 billion income tax rebate that is expected to provide checks of up to $800 to residents later this year. Doesn't say when. And in Georgia, Governor Brian Kemp signed a bill to provide a one-time additional tax refund of $250 due to the state experiencing a revenue surplus. All right, let's see what questions have come in since then. Bella's reminding everybody to hit the like button. Thank you so much. Siegel, how are you? Drinking a drinking a Starbucks coffee. My nickname for them to sound fancy is Starbuckingtons. Do they spell that right though? Okay, Miss Pretty Lady, when are they sending out the checks? So starting in October. And good morning. Yep, played the lotto but lost. That's all of us. So we would have all had better luck just saving our money. Hi, I love podcast. Kate and Mickey says, I know I saw you seriously need options to save my apartment. No family support. I need time and assistance, need contacts to save my place. Any other ideas? Yes. Honestly, this is going to sound weird, but reach out to your local assembly member and see if they have an option. I'm going to do that link, which I think is Find Your Rep. And I'm going to drop that into chat. You're going to put this in. So please copy this link. You're going to use the link that I just dropped in chat, and that's going to get you to your assembly member. Let them know that you're struggling with your rent and see if they have any resources for you. I know that a lot of times some churches, sometimes Catholic churches, have like rent assistance payments. So we're going to Google. I'm going to Google rental assistance. Oh, and then I also want you to this is a program about stay housed. Learn more about your rights. There's a link to, I'm just going to drop all these links that I find, I think, for you in the chat. Okay. And then hold on one second. I'm going to tell you some things that I'm going to suggest that you Google. So I want you to first Google like state of California rent relief or rental assistance. After you Google it by state, I want you to Google it by county. So like Los Angeles County rental assistance programs. After that, I want you to do it by the city you live in. So like Pasadena City rental assistance programs, and see if anything comes up in your Google search for those three things, to see if that there's any programs available to you that you don't know about. I will say, and it sounds like the last thing you need right now is more stress in your life, but are you waiting on any disability payments? Oh, Mickey, my heart it breaks because my mom is, she is your age and thankfully she's in good health. Mickey, I would really, really look into reaching out to your assembly member and seeing if they can tell you about any programs. Bonnie's doing some online joblets today. That's awesome. Mickey, it's really rough for the elderly, and Um, I hope that everything works out for you, and I hope that you get the help and assistance that you need, and I wish that I had more ideas about resources for you. Will the place that you live, would it be possible for you to take on a roommate? And I don't suggest that lightly. If you do take on a roommate, please make sure that you look into their ability to pay rent carefully, that you kind of like look into, will they be a good fit in your household? Are they kind? Are they trustworthy? Talk to some previous references from them if that's a possibility, though. If your landlord would let you help um, rent. Oh, this is interesting. So, live your life. They're calling them boom mates because they're boomers and they need roommates. You know, where my mom lives, I would actually love if she could get a roommate, but how? So, we live in a trailer. My mom lives in a trailer. Also, if my mom did a podcast and I helped her, we should totally call it Two Trailer Park Girls, right? Or my mom's name is Jenny, but her name's not like Ginny, like Jenny Silvers. My mom's name is Jenny with a J, Jenny. She could also call it Jenny's Pennies, and I'd be Shelly's Millions. But anyway, so um yeah, boom mates for boomers. Anyway, so my mom lives in a trailer, and how the lease agreement is written at the trailer park, you can only live with relatives. You can't rent out rooms because my mom's trailer is a 3-bedroom trailer. And quite honestly, there's a big part of me that would feel better if my mom had a roommate living with her. There'd be like an extra pair of eyes to watch out and make sure that she didn't fall, or to just like call me if something went wrong. I don't think she loves that idea, though. I think she likes living alone, but it is something to consider. And Bonnie's saying that she's his age and just sending good vibes. Yes. Okay. Tony wants to know, are we expecting any stimulus at all in California? My utility bills are filling up. Could they cut off my service? I know that there was an emergency order in place where they were not cutting off utilities. Let me Google that. I know that there were some programs going on. Let's see. Does Yes. So as of they have actually, wait, let's see. Let's see here. This is from October of 2021. So yes, they ended that, it looks like, in March of 2022. So they could, in theory, I don't want to worry you, but they could, in theory, go back to cutting off your power. But I believe that there are some low income programs that you can apply for in terms of, hi, Ver, I finally caught the big C. Isn't that terrible? This is my first time having the big C since all of this started. Anyway, so Tony, they are going to start sending out stimulus checks in California, but not until October. That's when they start going out. And some of them, they're anticipating it'll take all the way through 2023 to get them all sent out. Ver, how are you liking Las Vegas? Ver, I met him when I was first starting YouTube, and he's been on an episode of Millennial Money and been on the Graham Stephan show, and I got to talk to him more during the Graham Stephan mentorship, and now Ver lives in Vegas. I know. That is crazy. We'll meet up eventually. I think Graham was just in town for a Carrot credit card event, which I was like, hey, I'd like to go. I wouldn't have been able to go anyway, I guess, because I definitely had the big C. This was this past Friday. And I am going to do, is it Vid Summit? I feel like Vid Summit already happened. But whatever the creator convention is in September, I'm going to that. And it's funny because somebody that I met there last year, Um, he's just like some kid, and I was kind of like poking fun of him. I was like, "Oh, how many subscribers do you have?" And he was like, 1 million. And I was like, "Oh, wait, what?" And then he's speaking this year. I think he was definitely trying to get free booze though. And I Googled him afterwards, and he is not 21. So bad, bad. But anyway, so that's we were talking. So anyway, I wonder if Graham is going to be speaking at that this year because he was a speaker last year. Maybe they don't do the same speakers 2 years in a row. I don't really, other than the creator that I met last year, Bezerk. He's like a gamer. I don't really know any of the speakers that are on the panel so far. Okay. Anyway, what other questions? Yeah, so October is when the stimulus checks are going to start going out. Let's try and also let's talk about Florida real quick if I can find the link to that article. Nope, I've got a bunch of other stuff. Where did I send my, sometimes I send myself links and then I don't remember where I've put them. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to Googling when will CA get, well, the gas rebate comes up as the first one. So we'll just go ahead and type that in June 27th. Now, so the article, let's try and whittle this down to articles within the last week. Oh, here's another one. Oh, we're going to bookmark this, guys. This is if your state. Hold on. Oh, man. I don't want to sign up for anything, but I am going to copy this link so that I can look into that article later. Unless you want me to read it with you guys now. But I hate when there's pop-ups. Anyway, oops. I wonder if there are more states now doing that. 18 states. Ooh, 4 days ago. The blah, blah, blah. 2 more states. Oh, this is from 3 days ago. 2 more states are sending free money as recession looms. Is inflation relief headed your way? Is there a map? I did like that Yahoo map. State rebates, California. Nope, it doesn't really say. All right, we're going to save this article though too. I really need to see. Here's the thing about me is I should be home resting, and instead I'm like, oh well, now I have some time, so I should make a video. Anyway, okay. Hi Diana. The CO pandemic, the big C that we've all been avoiding has finally caught up with me, unfortunately. So yeah, so I have that going on right now. I'm actually going to take another test probably right after this live. So here in California, you can go back to work after day 5 if on day 5 or later you have a negative test result. So I need to see a little bit later today if I have a negative test result so that I can see if I can go back to work or not. Okay. So yeah, does anybody else have any other questions today? Otherwise, since I am sick, I might end this one a little bit early today. And yeah, like Vera said, if everybody could please smash the like button, I would love that. Yeah, the big C. So I went, what, like 2.5 years without getting it? March of 2020. Yep. March, April, May, June, July. Almost 2.5 years without getting it. And then it finally got me. By the way, I pretty much feel fine. I have been getting like a little bit like chills and then a little bit like sweaty. And then I know that's gross. Anyway, totally lost my sense of taste and smell, which is weird because like when I came home Tuesday and I took the test, I could taste everything and smell everything just fine. And then like the next morning, I was like, wait a minute. And then like it was just gone. What else? I was achy, but like I'm I'm old and I started that new job where you guys know I'm carrying like server trays an awful lot of the time. And so sometimes like I'm achy anyway. So like I didn't think anything of it and like a little tired, but again, like sometimes like I don't always get the greatest night's sleep and then sometimes I'm tired and so thought that the tired and achy were just from not like getting a good night's sleep. No real cough, not really a runny nose or anything. Um, so yeah, but no sense of taste or smell, which is weird. Oh, Mickey, you worked for the CDC. The variant is more transmissible but less dangerous. Yeah, that's what I've read as well. That's kind of cool that you worked for the CDC. And again, I'm just so sorry for everything that you're going through. Get well soon. Hi, Catty Cat. Good to see you. Yeah. All right. Maybe I'll get some rest. I have been resting though. I am like, I'm not used to this. So I found out Tuesday night. So that's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 4 days. And I have like been taking more naps in the afternoon. Part of me wonders like if I was just pushing too hard at work, like I was working a lot of hours, like trying to get a lot of things fixed. Not sure, how much two steps forward, one step back, every day I go in and try, and some days those days were long. And so I kind of wonder if I was just like pushing myself too hard and like my immune system got weak or something. I don't know. Um, I don't want to speculate. It's highly transmissible. I feel like I was wearing a mask like still an awful lot of the time at work. Mostly I don't know. Like it made my employees feel protected, I think. Made me feel protected, but still wound up catching it. Okay, let's go back to which states are new on this stimulus list. Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky. Oh, that one's new. Tax filers in Kentucky will get rebates of up to $500 for single filers and $1,000 for joint filers. And Governor Andy Beshear proposed a 1-year reduction in the sales tax rate from 6% to 5%. Okay. Which ones were not on there? New Mexico. Was that one already on there? Virginia and West Virginia were on there. Okay, pending stimulus spending. New Hampshire is still thinking about it. Ooh, $25 to vehicle owners. Guys, $25 is not enough. Kansas made a budget amendment for $250 tax rebates. It wasn't finalized. North Carolina, one-time payment of $200. I thought that South Carolina's, according to the other article, South Carolina is finalized. They're just saying it's pending. So which were the others? Was New Mexico on there? I gotta just do an updated map. I cleaned my map with my Expo whiteboard care. So I think that's ready. I left that like map sitting up there for a long time and then like didn't erase it from like the which states had extended unemployment benefits in there. Guys, also like if you do have questions about your taxes or if you're on a new unemployment claim, Claimer does still work. I guess they've raised their prices, but I always have that link in the description down below as well. There's 33 of you watching. I would love if you guys took a minute and liked the video. Also, if you have any questions, please let me know. I've got like the links right up. I can look up stimulus in your state, the requirements when it's going out. Again, here in California, it's going to start to go out in October. When will CA get the stimulus check? 2022. When will we get it? Payments will be dispersed starting in October and will continue through early 2023. So yeah, it could still be a while. I'm hoping that it will not quite take that long. Now, this is from Forbes. Where is this? Oh my God, was gas really almost $8? Do they just pick like the worst price for gas ever and put that in there? That is crazy. You better do like this man's doing and ride his bicycle. Well, don't ride his bicycle, ride your own bicycle. Okay. Oh my goodness. And again, guys, it's saying that it'll be issued via direct deposits and debit cards. So starting in October, carefully look at any of that mail that you think might be junk mail for a debit card. And as soon as I get a picture of what that will look like, I'll make a video and share that with you guys. But yeah, continuing through early 2023. That's crazy. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to say your name correctly. Vuhut says stimulus checks cause more inflation. So how is this helping us? That is true. The more money printing that goes on, it does contribute to inflation. That's like a long conversation about how that happens. But so allegedly, here in California at least, the middle class tax relief stimulus checks are supposedly coming from a budget surplus. Now, it is important to remember that when we say budget surplus, like that money could be used for other things. It could be used for things like, building schools or repairing potholes in the roads or I don't know, any number of other things. And instead, they've decided, like, hey, let's give the money back to these people. But is that taking away money from other programs? That I'm not as sure about. Okay, Mickey says, if I had to move out of state now, will I still get my stimulus? I don't think so. Let's see if it says that here. Okay, so it does. So will you still get the California middle class inflation relief stimulus check if you moved out of state? It says direct payments. 23 million residents are expected to qualify for the middle class tax refund. To qualify, you must have filed your 2020 state tax return by October 15th of 2021 and been a California resident for at least 6 months in 2020. You must not have been a dependent on someone else's return for the 2020 tax year, and you must be a California resident on the date your payment is issued. So according to this Forbes article and other articles I've seen, if you moved out of state before they issued it, you wouldn't qualify for it. And then most likely, based on the other states' requirements, like if you moved to Nevada, for example, you most likely would have needed to file a 2020 Nevada tax return. And if you hadn't done that, then you wouldn't qualify for whatever Nevada is giving back either. So yeah, it's a catch-22 there as well. Hi, Scotty. Scotty, how many jobs are you working now? I've just got the 2, my new movie theater and little bit of YouTube when I can. Scotty, I finally, after 2.5 years, caught the big C, but I feel mostly okay. I did lose my sense of taste and smell though. Mickey, yeah. So who do you need to contact about? Also, I would do all of that through your assembly member. So go to find your rep. That link that I posted earlier, I will post it again just in case you popped out. Oops. I'll drop this in chat. Guys, really any problems that you're having in your community, if you need to learn about available financial assistance. Really, your assembly members are a really great resource for that. I put that in chat, but let me put it up here as well. And guys, this is the only time that I'm ever going to tell you guys to click a link. Just a reminder, if anybody reaches out to you directly in the comments asking you to click links or something like that, and it's not in my video description, like the little drop down menu underneath the video, then that is not me. Don't click those. Those are probably imposters. But this link, like I'm on camera, it is physically me saying that's a valid link. These people, like the imposters, like they know how to copy your picture and stuff. It's really bad. Okay, Vhoot says they're already increasing rates to control inflation. Housing market crashing, now a recession. Yes. And I mean, we've been in a recession, right? Because they don't call it a recession until the economy contracts 2 quarters in a row. So now that that's happened, they're officially calling it a recession. And the let's talk about this for a second. When they increase rates, we're talking about interest rates. Most of your credit cards have a variable interest rate. So when the Fed raises rates, you might see your credit card. I want you guys to look at, here's what I want you to do. Try and grab, and if you don't have one, you can look at it online. Grab a credit card statement of yours from January of 2022 and look at the amount of interest that you were paying back in January. Let's say that unfortunately, I know that a lot of people only make minimum payments on their credit cards, which usually means that your credit card payment stays about the same, unfortunately, and that's because of interest rates. I'm going to give you guys a tip at the end of this little rant as well. So, you watch your interest rate stay about the same, and you watch your credit card payment stay about the same. So go back and look at a statement from January of 2022 and look at the amount that you were paying in interest, and then grab your most current one and see how much you're paying in interest each month now, because that'll give you like a good idea about like, oh, this is how much this is adding on to me by the Fed increasing interest rates. And this makes no sense to me either. So, I mean, like I get the concept, but like seriously, this is like a big, it's a not nice. It makes Baby Yoda very sad that they're doing this. So basically, here's the concept as I understand it in a little tiny Shelley's Millions nutshell. They want us to spend less. I don't understand how that's good or beneficial. I don't think companies were like, "Hey, Americans have so much money to spend, let's just raise prices." Nope. I don't think that's what has happened this time. Does that happen sometimes? Sure. Do companies get greedy and say, "Let me just raise prices"? Absolutely. Do I personally think that's what happened this time? No, I don't. Let me tell you, Shelley's 2 cents. I think that companies have raised prices because of the supply chain issues. I think that they've done it because there were worker shortages and they had to pay people a lot more money to get them to go back to work. And so to cover the cost of hiring quality, valuable, all employees are valuable. I'm sorry. Quality and most employees are quality too. Not all, but most of them. But to hire quality candidates, right, who asked for their worth for the first time in many years, I think that companies had to raise their prices to cover those things. And now they're just like, oh, well, Americans had so much money to spend that if they have less money, they're on purpose. They are literally, that's what raising the inflation rates is doing. They are on purpose making it so that our money doesn't go as far, so that we buy less, so that in theory, companies would lower their prices and therefore lower inflation. Not this time, my friends. It's not just some greedy company that's like, oh, everybody has so much money to spend. No, I think that companies and organizations are struggling and they're raising their prices to cover their new cost, right? So fuel costs have gone up for supply. Oh, this makes me so angry. But yeah, that's literally what they're doing. They're like, right. Oh, yeah. Okay. And Vahut is saying, I'm so sorry if I'm not saying your name right. Hewitt? Hewitt? Anyway, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but please, if you have a variable rate mortgage, see about get refinancing to a fixed rate mortgage. Oh, and I promised that after my rant, I would give people a tip. If you get one of these offers, okay, let's see, this is 70 in my, okay, no, this does not have my personal information on it. One day there's a video coming on this too. Wait, let me take this stuff off screen. Well, actually, let me see if D has a question. Okay. The economics surrounding unemployment stimulus money is that for every dollar handed out, its return equals $1.50, which is why they have no issue printing money. They know people will spend it. But now it's like they don't want people to spend it. It's so dumb. It's really dumb. Okay. Printing money doesn't really generate anything. I agree. It's a temporary fix. I also agree. The economy for a while saw no slowdown, but when the money dried up and benefits stopped, everything came to a screeching halt. That's where I don't quite agree. It's slowed down, but I don't think it's like screeching halt rate yet. I think that we're going to get there. I actually had a friend who I was like, oh my God, you should come work where I work. Like, it's hard work, but it's rewarding and it's really great. I was like, even if you're just a server, I had no idea like how much money servers made before I worked at this job. And being a server is not easy. You're carrying heavy trays, you're on your feet all day, and you are customer facing. But with that said, the money's pretty good. And my friend, who I was trying to like convince to come work where I worked, looked me dead in the face and said, Shelly, it's not going to be like that forever. Tips, giving service employees good tips is one of the first things that's going to go when the economy slows down. Please let me know in the comments. Do you believe that that's true? Will people start tipping less? Is tipping one of the first things that will go? I think that they could be right. I kind of like it's tricky, right? I don't want to see my employees make less money, but I do think that like people still want to go out, but they're going to need to do it more affordably. And I do think that at least some people will cut back on their tips. Patty, you are welcome. Okay. And then, so I don't think things have come to a screeching halt yet. I think that some people still profited a lot and have extra money, not lying around, but like they're okay. And the changes in gas prices and the changes in mortgage payments and things like that might not be affecting everyone the same. As a matter of fact, they say that the lower income you are, the more impact these things have. Okay, sorry. I'm going to finish reading your comments and then let me see who's texting me. Oh, Mr. Beast Burger is texting me. That's why we're in the situation we're in. Now things are more, your dollar goes nowhere, even if that dollar was given to you for free. Yep, pretty much. Mickey says, remember CDC recommended 5-day isolation, but only because you would be less contagious. You still need to rest and rehab to get your strength back. I know, and I have been resting. So I watched all the Twilight movies. And what else did I do? I watched The Breakfast Club. I know the Twilight movies are terrible, but like I was sick, like so it's a guilty pleasure. Okay. Because I like vampires. See, I've got my vampire cat over here that they gave me as a going away present from my old job. But he's smiling. He's a happy vampire cat. Got his goofy little face. But anyway, yes, I do need to rest and relax. You sounds like you do too, Mickey. Okay, but anyway, so here's the thing I was going to show you. I'm going to stop sharing my camera so that I'm big again, so that maybe you guys can actually see this without showing you my personal information. Okay, so, oh, is there a way to take the comment? Oh, I hope I didn't like hide you. I hope I just hid this. Okay, so you're going to be on the lookout for, making sure I'm not showing anything that I'm not supposed to, for like these kind of balance transfer options. Okay, so if you have somewhat decent credit, a technique that I have used for many years, well, not recently. Recently things have been a little bit better, but the offers are, for me, so my personal offers. Offer 1 is a 0% promotional annual percentage rate through October of 2023 billing cycle. But after that, your rate is changed to the variable rate of 14.74. That's still a pretty good rate. But for each, interesting. Or you can take that October 23, November, December, January of 20, you could extend it for 4 months, but for 1% higher interest. So they charge you like a transfer fee when you do this. So it's not exactly like, oh, you can transfer your whole balance for $0. Offer 1, which only goes through October 2023, the really small print is for each transaction, a 3.99% fee applies. And for offer 2, which goes through January of 2024, and again, this is just my personal offer, for each transaction, a 4.99% rate applies if you want the offer to last 3 more months. So, you guys know I like math, so we're going to math for a second. Let's say that you had $10,000 on your credit card, right? And I've had to do this when I had big purchases, big unexpected purchases. I don't know why, but it always seems to go like this. One year I had a leaky window in my house and I didn't have enough money to replace the windows. And I knew that the windows needed replaced. I feel like my voice is starting to go. It's okay. So, the people who I got my windows from, California Deluxe Windows, who I do not recommend, but anyway, because they told me one thing and then did something completely different on my house, and I think I'll never get work done until I ask to see like 3D renderings of what it'll look like. Anyway, whatever. I got windows and I didn't have the money to replace them. I probably should have just replaced the one leaky window with like whatever would make it stop leaking. But my house was old and I was like, I don't know. I was like, it probably all needs new windows. I wasn't like, I deserve new windows. Because whatever. And my house was really cold. You guys know that did I tell you guys I didn't have a proper heater in my house for many years? And so like I was really cold. Now I have like a fancy, it's called a mini split. Where is it? It's right above that window. So now that's a heating air conditioner. That was a good investment. And I love the people that installed that, Thompson Air Conditioning. But anyway, I digress. I put like $8,000 worth of windows because I did my whole house all at once so that they would match and to try and increase the warmth. And so I was hoping it would like lower my electric bills, dual pane windows, maximum efficiency, yada, yada, yada. I put that on like the California Deluxe. There's like I don't know, like a home buyer's credit program. So I put it on that at 0% interest. And I knew that I wasn't going to be able to pay off that year. I knew I wasn't going to be able to pay off that entire $8,000 amount by the time that promotional offer expired. But I also knew that I get promotional offers for balance transfers in the mail regularly. I'm very fortunate that I do have good credit. But I get this type of balance transfer offer a lot. And so I was like, whatever, I'll just roll that balance transfer over afterwards. So I'm going to do the difference in interest on these. So let's say that those $8,000 windows were 10,000 because that's just going to make it easier. So 10,000 times 0.399, that would be a one-time fee added. I don't know why I did that. So when you roll over the balance, let's say it was $10,000 using offer one at 3.99% interest rate. If you rolled over a balance of $10,000 onto this exact card with this exact offer, that would cost you $399. Whereas for $499, you could extend the offer through January of 2024. If you guys also get these kind of offers, I really want to encourage you to carefully scrutinize the interest rate that's being charged to roll over the balance, because not all balance transfer offers are created the same. Some are as low as 3%, and on that $10,000 amount, that would be a one-time fee of $300. And some I've seen as high as like 5 or 6%, and that would be $500 or $600 on an amount of $10,000. So obviously, if you can't, if you know you're not going to be able to pay it off even in the 3 additional months, you might as well just go for the one that would only cost you $399 to do a balance transfer. And then if you're also doing this, you want to be mindful of this expiration date. Balance transfer offer goes through October of 2023. So that's October of next year. So this is over a year at this super low introductory interest rate. So you add up your interest payments, you see if it would cost you less than $399. And that's total. That's not every month. See if your interest payments would be more or less than the $399 to transfer a $10,000 amount. If it's going to be more, then it would be worth it to do this offer. And then you would, if you can't pay it off by October 2023, though, you're going to need to keep your credit good so that you can find another offer on another credit card to roll it over to again until you can pay it off. And I know a lot of people are paying more than like $100 a month in interest on their card. So this should be a really good tip. All right. I babbled for that. Anyway. All right. I actually think I'm going to head out today. I'm going to go take another test and see how that comes up. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching Shelly's Millions. I'll see you next time. Low interest rate transfers and get 6 free stocks. I'm going to use my Webull link in the description down below. And yeah, have a good day, you guys. And check out Yada Bank as well, description down below as well. If you need any help finding like rent relief or anything like that, please go to findyourrep.legislature.ca.gov and ask them about available programs in your area. All right. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Bye.